Welcome to the second tutorial of this Python playlist. So in this tutorial we will be seeing about the data types that are involved in Python. Python has a various number of data types, but in this video we will be just seeing about the integer, float and string data type. We will see about the other data types like list, tuple and dictionaries in our next video. So let's now start with string data type. So generally string is declared in between the quotes. So if I type something in between the quotes, you can see if I run this program, my hello world is getting printed. You can also do this by declaring it to a variable like, sorry, I didn't print this. So if I declare this to a variable and if I print this one and run the program, you can see the same is being printed. So if you see here, I'm not putting the variable in any quotes. So next we will talk about adding of strings. Like for example, if I declare a string called, sorry, if I declare a string called hello and a string called and a variable with the string, and in case if I had to add these two, I can just use an addition symbol. So is equal to x plus y. So if I print this z, let me keep more space. So if I print this z, I'll be getting the same hello world but without any space. So in case I need a space, I can add it here. So if I print this now, you can see the hello world with a space. So other than that, you can also try this, but you won't. So in case I have to use a integer or float with my string, if I had to add, like, if we have some problem over there. So if I put here one, if I try to add these two, I'll be getting an error. You can see it is showing type error. So in case to overcome this, we have a method called str means string. So string of this variable. So in case I have to add this number in my workflow, I have a number and I have to convert it into a string. You can use this str, and if I now print this, you can see it as hello plus 1, hello is x, and I'm getting this one. So next we will jump into the, we have completed some basic things about string. Now let's jump into the integer. So in case of integer, you can, integers are numbers without any decimal point. So you don't have to put them inside any quotes. You can just uh, declare them as such. So I'll get 100. So you can also, as I said before, x is equal to 100 and y is equal to 200, and in case I have to add those, I can also put x plus y and I'll be getting the answer. So I'm getting the answer. So other than that, what integer, in case you have to add an integer with number, for example, if I have p is equal to hello, if I have p is equal to hello, I'm sorry, I think my computer just got stuck. So if p is equal to 100, so this has some other meaning. So if you say this x and p are same value with 100, so if I'm printing, if I am printing this x and if I'm printing this p, both will give same data, same result. If you see, both are giving same result, but the data type is different. If you have to if you are in need to find the data type, you can use a method called type. So this type will help you to understand or display the type of our variable. So if you see here, the first one is x is integer and p is string. So in case you have to add this, you have a workflow with a string that has a number, then you can use method as discussed before, something called int. So if I need to print something, z is equal to x plus int of. So if I put int, it means int of. So int of p. So if I put int of p, it will convert the string into an integer. So if I print this z now, if I print this z, I will be getting 200. So these are some of the functions you can perform with, some of the things that you should know about the data types. So we have discussed about int and str and the data, how to find the data type. There is also a method I will talk about it later. So now let's talk about float. Float is nothing but integer with a decimal point. So x is equal to 100.5 and y is equal to let's say 50. And in case if you add them, so z is equal to x plus y. So when you are adding them, in case of some languages like C and all, you will be getting error because we are doing operation with two different data types. This is a float and this is a integer. So while doing that, we will be getting an error. But in case of Python is so simple that it just add those things and you will be getting this. So as I said, there is something called that will be very useful called length. So let me declare a string. So in case you have to find the length of this variable, you can use a method called length. So print, I think it's length. Let's just try it out. In case if it shows error, we will go something else. So if print length, so it shows there are 21 characters involved in this string. So if I change this to 100, it will show, yes, integer has no type called length. So you can use the length function only to the list, only to string, and you can also use it to list tuples and dictionaries. So we will talk about the list, tuple and dictionaries in our next video.